hey, DeSantis is signing a permitless carry law into law, despite criticism from both sides of the gun debate. Well, he's got to beat Trump somehow.
Yeah. He's got to use the wisdom of Solomon. Cut the baby in half so no one's happy.
I don't know how anybody could be for this. This seems nuts.
Well, I thought that, and then, well, you show it later in the thing.
Governor Ron DeSantis on Monday signed into law a bill that lets people carry guns without a permit and without any training. He also said you could just drive a car without passing a test, and you can, I mean, come on. You got to get a license to fish.
Well, but a driver, the argument they have is a car is not a constitutional right.
It's not a constitution, that's right. John Vellico, executive vice president of Gun Owners of America, said the governor signed the bill Monday morning in a Capitol in front of a group of about 20 people. The bill, which will take effect on July 1st, has faced attacks on both sides of the gun debate. People from gun safety advocacy groups have said allowing people to carry concealed guns in public without training and removing an additional background check will make the public less safe. You think? People who are otherwise prohibited from carrying a gun under state and federal law, like people with a felony and certain disqualifying misdemeanors, would still be barred. Second Amendment advocates have criticized the bill for not going far enough, saying that without allowing people to openly carry guns in public, the bill isn't a true constitutional carry measure, as DeSantis guaranteed. You're fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Unless we can openly carry with a cowboy hat of our choosing, we will never be free.
Throw in the hat.
Throw in the hat. Vellico said the governor said that it was a great day for Floridian Second Amendment rights, and said DeSantis noted that more than half of the state in the country will now have permitless carry measures. Half the states?
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, oh, that sounds crazy. Like a huge amount of the states have had that for a while.
We think it's a step in the right direction, says a fucking maniac from the Guns Owners of America.
See, remember I told you NRA, they're not into NRA. People are way into guns. They think NRA are too, like, weak.
Really?
Yeah, there's other groups that are, yeah.
Permitless concealed carry is a good thing, but it's not the constitutional carry that we were promised. DeSantis has said he supports open carry, but legislative leaders remain firm on continuing Florida's prohibition against open carry in nearly all circumstances. Well, wait. So they think it's better to carry it concealed than have it on the outside?
I was just going to ask that. Like, wouldn't open carry be
Wouldn't that be safer?
Wouldn't that be safer because you know there's a gun?
Now you know there's a gun, so I'm not going to start an argument.
Is permitless carry, that means you don't have to be a guy taking a money belt out of to the bank at night. Like, you get a permit because you're like, hey, I closed down a store.
Yeah.
And that's what the permit means. It just means if you're allowed to own a gun, you can carry it concealed.
You can carry it concealed.
Why
but
is
now
that better than...
Why is it being concealed not as crazy as having it outside?
Agreed.
I'd rather... to me, it's 6 and 1/2 dozen almost, but I'd rather have it on the outside. This seems like a crazy distinction.
If your thing is deterrent of, like, crimes or whatever, I would think open... I think there's some kind of aesthetic thing to this that's not really logical, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, that would look great, but it would be safer, wouldn't it?
The legislation passed 76-32 in the House, 27-13 in the Senate. The legislation also includes certain school safety measures. Jesus Christ. Some Democrats have accused those portions of the bill of being a cynical attempt on the part of Republicans to make the legislation harder to vote against. Believe me, if the Democrats were in charge of the legislature in Florida, they would be doing the same fucking thing. Or similar. Barack Obama, when he became president, relaxed gun laws.
I think people were like, that's not enough, too, at the time. Right? People still thought that.
I mean, the Democrats just had complete control of government for 2 years. They did nothing for gun legislation. Did they do anything? What did they do?
I think during the George Floyd times, gun sales went up like
through the roof.
You couldn't find bullets and toilet. I wanted to open a store called Bullets and Toilet Paper.
No kidding. Permitless carry policy hidden in our public safety bill does not make our community safer, said Christine Hunchkofsky, Democrat from Parkland. Oh, Parkland. This is a wildly unpopular bill. If it's so unpopular, why did it pass in such overwhelming numbers? And why did those people get reelected then? If it's so unpopular, why did people in Florida keep voting for him if it's that unpopular?
Isn't that like a kind of a red state, or is it a swing state?
I think if they say it's purple state, right?
Oh.
Because sometimes it goes Democrat in presidential elections, and
Right.
sometimes it goes. But it looks like that the legislature's overwhelmingly Republican, because if it passed 76-32 in the House and 27-30 along party lines, that means it's overwhelmingly lopsided to Republicans.
I mean, I just thought Florida was pretty Texas about stuff like that.
They are.
Yeah.
Texas has the same open carry, I guess, or concealed carry.
We'll go back to the thing about the farce, because it does. You have to have idea.
So he says the argument that permitless carry will make it harder for law enforcement is a farce. This guy says, because the law requires people to carry ID with them. Oh, I get what the I don't honest. Come on. He said officers can run the ID and see if someone has a disqualifying offense in the same way they could check someone's permit before.
So the difference is there's kind of two different things.
I know.
The permit was that just means like a lot more people can do it now.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah. Okay. Thousands of people have been denied a concealed carry permit for not meeting eligibility, and that those people will now be celebrating. Here's all the states that allow permitless carry. Look at it.
Seems like a lot of states.
That's a lot of states.
You know, I just saw a map.
Indiana is a permitless carry?
I just saw a map of what states still allow first cousin marriage, and you would think it would be those states you're looking at.
Yes.
It's not. Those are the banned cousin marriage.
Really?
The other ones are where you can still do it.
Maybe,
it was weird when I saw something.
Maybe because it was
like
happening
negative.
way more in those states, and so they had to do something.
I think it's because you got it's immigrant populations where countries where you can do that still.
If I can't get the votes, Ron DeSantis tells a supporter when asked if he would call a special legislative session to pass a full open carry gun law in Florida if the governor's political event. He's about to. So he said he would do it if he could get the votes.
Do you remember Cocaine Cowboy? Did you ever see that?
No.
That documentary about the Griselda Blanco, she was the real Scarface, this woman from Colombia,
No.
in Florida, and it's really interesting because when that Mariel boat lift happened, they made the movie Scarface about. The crime got so insane there, and all the whole skyline's built with cocaine money from the 80s. People started open carrying. They made all these laws you could open carry because of the crime, and then it actually started to go down. But all of Florida was built with that coke money, and everybody got armed way back then. That was like the beginning of like everybody getting armed to the teeth.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, so it doesn't matter. I don't have a gun.
I don't either,
because I'm afraid I would use it.
It's just too easy of a suicide, man.
Not on myself.
Oh,
but on other people.
Well, I mean, hey, go America style, do both, they say.
I mean, statistics show if you get a gun, you're going to end up shooting somebody you know. That's statistics.
Will the person most likely be yourself, or will it be someone else?
And it might be yourself.
Yeah.
So anyway, but the point is, I know we're never getting rid of guns, so it doesn't matter if I'm against guns. I don't know what to do about guns. There's nothing's going to be done about guns, so it doesn't matter what I say.
Well,
and there's lots of lefty gun nuts that I know a lot of lefty gun nuts too.
They just wanted to go to Ukraine. We supply the world with guns. Like we don't make things anymore. Yeah, we do. We make a lot of guns.
We make guns
and bombs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
So you're going to have a town with a brewery and you can't get beer easily?
Go to jimmydore.com to see my new stand-up special, COVID Lies Are Funny. For only $10, you get to become a premium member, too. And come see us do our live shows. We're going to be doing stand-up comedy in Milwaukee, Nashville, Honolulu, Los Angeles, Northampton, Massachusetts, Syracuse, New York, Cohoes, New York, Hartford, Connecticut, Baltimore, Maryland, and more. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.